live with my dad. You're a sim pro, and I'm just a chat. I'm a black belt, you know what it is. And my carpet, it's all covered in jizz. I'm Jared Genesis. Do you know what I am saying? I'm hanging at playground, watching kids playing. I'm an alpha, I live with my dad. You're a sim pro, and I'm just a chat. I'm a black belt, you know what it is. And my carpet is all covered in jizz. I'm Jared Genesis. Do you know what I am saying? I'm hanging at playground, watching kids playing. Do you know what I am saying? I'm hanging at playground, watching kids playing. I'm Jared Genesis. Do you know what I am saying? I'm hanging at playground, watching kids playing.
Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around.
Hello. Welcome back, guys. I wasn't originally going to stream tonight, but I thought, why not? Let's do a few hours here tonight, hang out, have fun. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you all for being here. I downloaded some ArtVanGrow. We haven't seen ArtVanGrow in a little while. I picked up some weed for my vape pen, so I got that going on. And who knows, I didn't really have too much planned for tonight, but I thought watch a couple videos, maybe play a game. I know the gaming, I get distracted by the game, you know. I get drawn in by the game. Sometimes I make weird gaming faces. Do any of you make gaming faces, or do you do, we used to call these airplanes when I was a kid, where you'd move the control. I don't do the moving of the controller really, unless it's a motion controlled controller, but I do make You move your hands, obviously you're moving your hands when you're using a controller, but you mean you're moving it you're moving the controller as if that affects the game, even though it doesn't. I remember with the Nintendo Wii, I had the steering wheel, and it was nothing but molded plastic that you would fit the Wii remote into. But I had those from Mario Kart, and I'd play it like that, and if you went like that, it would pop a wheelie, and you go faster if you did that. So I guess that was the best for people who like to move when they play. You know, let's watch ArtVanGrow. I don't want anyone falling in love with this woman. When I play this, none of you simp for this woman. She will hypnotize you with her feminine wiles. She is insane. All right? You cannot fix her. You cannot fix her. You cannot fix her. Nobody can fix her. Nobody can fix her. I'm telling you this right now. Okay? No, you have too much you have too much self-confidence. You cannot fix her. Here we go.
Hi friends, I just wanted to come on here and normalize something. It's okay.
I want to come on here and normalize something. What's with the fucking Zoomer talk? I just want to come on here and normalize something. Normalize it. Because, yeah, just because she wants to talk about it, she's normalizing it. She's the epitome of normal, so whatever she's saying, she's just normalizing it.
Make plans, and then energetically something shifts, and you just don't want to follow through in your plans. That's okay. I know that we live in this world that a lot of us struggle with people pleasing, trying to always please others, seeing how other people are going to feel if we change our behavior, if we speak up, if we dress a type of way, if we act a type of way. And that needs to end.
She wants to normal making plans and then canceling them. And she's going to tell the story later, and her plans weren't that big of a deal. It wasn't like she agreed to meet someone. It was like she made plans with herself to go out dancing. Maybe like they weren't big plans. And she's like, "Oh, I'm normalizing making plans and canceling them." You're so brave. You're such a brave woman.
We need to worry about ourselves. Think of the symbolism when you fly in an airplane. Put your mask on before you put on somebody else's. And that goes with your self-expression. That goes with your every single day. And that has been a really big theme of mine since the new year. Well, since our marketed new year in January. I've had so many lessons and blessings come my way. And the biggest symbolism and reminder is put your mask on before somebody else. As a people pleaser in recovery, I am also working on...
She's a people pleaser in recovery. You know when she tried to get those guys at Home Depot fired? Fired! When she did that, she was a people pleaser back then, and now she's in recovery, guys. Now it's all downhill from there.
And I honored and practiced it last night. And it felt really, really good. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So yesterday I had plans to be somewhere. And the plans were on the schedule for like 2 months. I have shifted and altered energetically if I was going or not multiple times throughout the past.
No one can fix her. Not even she can fix herself. No one can fix her. You can ignore that she's crazy long enough to release your seed or whatever, but you can't fix her. She's not fixable. Hello, Willow Davis.
2 months. Bought dresses, returned dresses, made other plans for wellness. Those fell through.
No, she'll age better than Jessica. She's not the future Naked and Laughing. She's a different kind of crazy. She's like... So Naked and Laughing is like angry, bitter at the world, psychotic, insane stalker. And Amanda here is the new age, yet strangely like conservative, new ager kind of person. Kind of racist a little bit. Well, actually, a lot of racist.
It's like, you know what?
You can't fix her.
We're just going to follow through on this plan. You're just going to do it. You're going to get dressed up, you're going to look super fly, and you're going to do it. Then the universe came in clutch and made sure my hair just like naturally dried, like spot the fuck on. I just hit it with I never hit it with a straightener, but I did because it just like.
Yeah, you know, I'm always tempted to go to one of her retreats. To just like, it would be worth it to see the look on her face when I walk in. She blocks me from every social media platform. Like, if I just like follow her on Instagram or whatever, I'm blocked. Unless she doesn't realize it's me. But I don't have a bunch of sock accounts or anything. Like, I have a few extra accounts. She has very nice hair. She does have very nice hair.
My mom's like, you blow your hair out? I was like, my mom even thought I blew my hair out, which is something like I do not do. Like, not even once a year. I do not do that.
You hear her dog?
And I was like, you know what? I'm feeling good. My energy's feeling
You're not going to fix her and you can't fix her.
good. I did a lot of great women's workshops this weekend. Hey, quit it.
Hey, quit it.
And I just was like, I'm going to go out. I'm going to connect with some new beings, some old beings. I'm going to have a fun time. I'm going to dance. And I really did want to dance. I had all this like energy built up inside of me for the past month, and I just wanted to let it out. I just wanted to move it through my body because movement medicine is so potent.
So I just want to make sure, who here is not familiar with this woman's most famous video? Maybe I realize it's been a little while. Oh, God. She was known as the Home Depot Karen. The Home Depot Karen. Will this work? Oh, hold on.
So I went yesterday, and I always do 2 outfit changes at this venue. And I showed you guys my first outfit that I had on, and then this was supposed to be the second outfit. But when I came back to walk Leo, energetically, I was feeling like honoring my energy and honoring myself, and self-love and self-care was the theme of the weekend, so I chose to. So driving back to walk the dog and like getting ready to like, I'm gonna feed the dog, I'm gonna eat, then I'm gonna do my outfit change, then I'm gonna go back. My hair's already done, my makeup was done. I don't do that often. I was like,
You don't know the Home Depot? Oh, okay, I'll play it. Here we go. She tried to get like an African guy and a gay guy fired from Home Depot.
Mommy! Say it again. I didn't hear you. What'd you say to me? Go tell
She told the black guy here to go back to his own country, is what's going on here.
me. Hi.
Okay, you need to leave, man.
He's being rude. You're being
No,
rude.
I'm not being rude. You need to leave.
I'm buying
No,
thing.
you don't want any more customer. You need to leave.
Fired. Fired.
Fired!
Fired. And then I turn around and you're gonna be rude. Go back to your country. Go back to your country.
Oh, how quickly she goes from zero to racism and is so proud of it that she posts it.
People in the back. If you ain't gonna fucking respect Americans, go back to your country. Respect is earned, not given. Don't be fucking rude and work in customer service, for one.
This incident happened at a Home Depot in Washington State as self-proclaimed influencer who goes by Amanda Marie harassed Home Depot workers.
Mommy! Say it again, I didn't hear you. What'd you say to me? Go tell me. Hi.
Okay, you need to leave, man.
He's being rude, you're being
No,
rude.
I'm not being rude. You need to leave.
I'm buying thing.
You don't want any more customer. You need to leave.
Oh, I'm not a customer?
You're not
So then I
customer,
want my
sister.
thousands of dollars I spend here back every day.
No, leave.
Leave.
You need-
So then give me my thousands of dollars. Give me my thousands of dollars.
No, leave.
Give me my thousands of dollars back.
Leave.
Then give me my thousands of dollars back.
Out.
Oh, you're getting fired. Fired!
Then that wasn't enough, so she proceeded to post a recap of her behaviour on social media, expecting people to agree with her.
I'm not leaving. Call the cops. I've done nothing wrong. I'm trying to buy something. And he's like, I'm not discounting anything. I'm not selling you anything. Get out of my store. Like pushing me out. Like walking me out. Not touching me, but like pushing me basically out. And then I turn around and you're gonna be rude. Go back to your country. Go back to your country. Because he wasn't from here. That was it. And I mean this sincerely. For all the people in the back, if you ain't gonna fucking respect Americans, go back to your country.
You can't fix her. You cannot fix her. She cannot be fixed.
Respect is earned, not given. Don't be fucking rude and work in customer service, for one. So I turn around, I say go back to your motherfucking country and learn some fucking manners before you come here. Whatever the fuck I said, spitfire, as always, you know how I do. That was fucking it. Back in New York, the word is not really like offensive, but I understand we live in a day and age and everybody's not from New York City and everything is sensitive to everybody who's not from New York City. So this guy,
she's like, I'm from New York City, so I can do this because we get away with it. She also does the like, I'm part Jewish, so I can see other shit. But go walk around New York City and call people a fag and see what happens to you. Go around calling people a fag and see how that works.
got really offended when I said for him to go back to his country. Or, get out of here, you fucking cunt, go back to your country? Yeah? You ignorant, go back? Yeah, you this, you fucking cunt, yelling, screaming at me. So I finally pull out my phone, I'll show you the end of it. Here. Video, been on the phone in the parking lot still, customer service complaining because that's not how we treat customers.
Yeah, your parents met that way? Like your mom called your dad that, and your dad's like, I'll show you how much of a fag I'm not. I'll fuck you in this alleyway. And she's like, fuck you, fag, you won't. And then they did it? Is that what happened? Like...
So Mr. Hansen and Jamie are gonna lose their job today.
Well, can fix her.
No, even though that's the first Gale commandment, I don't think that's gonna happen.
This is what happens when we fuck with Amanda Marie Keshner. Okay, bye. Bye.
They didn't, and so she deleted her video and her Instagram.
Oh, it did not go well.
But not to worry, she did keep her TikTok up, and of course she posted an apology video. Right?
Be taught in two parts. How to put yourself in someone's shoes and see the hurt they were given that made them hurt you, and how to understand that you still don't.
She posted 3 apologies. The first one, unfortunately, doesn't exist anymore, but we did watch it on DP 2-3 years ago. The second one, we watched, I have it, and the third one was the smartest one where she just says, I'm sorry, and I hope you can forgive me. Her dad wrote that for her. The third one, her dad,
deserve what they're doing. Their scars are no excuse for the wounds they give to you.
Her dad contacted me, and I felt bad for him. Like, you know, he loves his daughter and didn't like all the hate that she was getting, but there's a reason why she tried to blackmail her own family too, by the way. She was like, I'm going to start, if you guys don't give me enough, because it's such a long story. There's so much lore. We even had her ex-husband on the show. There's a lot. There's a lot of lore.
Ability to heal is not something you can fix if you stay and continue to let them treat you in all these unacceptable ways. We want to live in a world where hurt people don't hurt people, but the reality is that starts with you standing up for yourself and not accepting disrespect.
Oh my God, Amanda.
Oh, irony wept.
Here's a little more. This is her. She would record herself being a bitch in public a lot. So this is her bitching at someone who just stocks the shelves at this grocery store that there wasn't enough organic shit. Like they control it. Like it's them, like the near minimum wage worker at this grocery store that decides what's on the shelves.
Shit here. This is a joke. This has to be a joke. Do you guys really not have any organic anything? This has to be a joke. Like, you guys must have known I was on live to, like, not have any organic
No, nobody knows you're on live. No one gives a shit.
produce. All the organic produce looks like literal shit. There's no organic cilantro. Everything's soggy, wilted. The celery's falling apart. I know, but I'm just relaying it to you to relay to your boss that
Yeah, that works so well. Yeah, I'll tell you what, like, no, that's not how it works. There's probably a place to email. There's probably like the best way to get a complaint in is to email like a corporate complaint line or something like that. Fucking the ground level employees are ground level, and then their boss is like just above ground level. There's several levels above the person that's like wearing an apron stocking the shelves at a grocery store, and like the person that makes the decision on what goes in the shelves and everything. She does not live in a van anymore. She has an apartment. And by the way, she hadn't lived in a van for a long time. And shit, I forgot to put that in there. She was originally a van life influencer. And she did get some traction. She in like 2018, she had a pretty successful career as a van life influencer. I think the oversharing and maybe some mental issues might have, she will never be on this show. Never. She hates this show so much. So, anyway.
you know, when people spend hundreds of dollars, they want to at least eat good quality food. Sorry, I just came off of like an 8.5-hour shift. I'm starving right now. I expected to get dinner, and I literally have 4 things in my cart and no dinner.
See how she overshares? Like she's talking to a random employee at this grocery store, and she's like telling them, "Oh, sorry, I'm doing all this really important shit. You lowly peasant should tell your boss that we need more organic groceries here, okay?"
Okay, no berries. Awesome. Cool. I guess I have to go food shopping somewhere else. Thank you.
They don't give a fuck. Look, it's the person with a cart, and they're putting the produce on the shelves. Fuck you, Amanda. Someone like just earning their paycheck. You're giving them shit because you can't find organic stuff. If you want organic stuff, why don't you grow it in your backyard?
What an epic fucking fail.
An epic fucking fail for you. She said, like, this is what I mean. She goes out and she's a bitch in public and thinks, and then she uploads it thinking she looks good and they look dumb. Yes, this is basically a Kroger. Out here it's QFC, but QFC is Kroger. It's owned by Kroger.
Yep, that's what we got.
And by the way, yes, she lives out here. She lives near me.
Let's do an inventory list. We got black bean pasta. At least we have dinner tonight. The only thing that doesn't have additives in it for dinner, granola in case I get hungry the rest of the week since we got nothing else. We got bananas just to keep me by because I'm a motherfucking monkey.
Okay. Well, she's, broken clock.
Yogurt? Don't worry, we're gonna survive. And 2 drinks just in case. Safeway, do better.
Oh, was it Safeway? I thought it was QFC. Hold on. She said Safeway, but I think it was QFC. I could have swore I saw the QFC branding. Hold on. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it is Safeway. Maybe I'm tripping. No. Okay. What's the... Maybe it is Safeway. See that big O in the background? The organic? Is that Safeway's organic brand? Maybe it is. The O organic. Anyway, here's her second apology.
My life the last few years, and this is the last nail in the coffin for me. I was abused by a foreigner. He came to this country.
So, it's Albertsons? Huh. Well, I think Albertsons and Safeway are the same company, by the way. But yes, her husband was an Australian guy, her ex-husband. So she's going to be like, oh, this foreign guy at the Home Depot pissed me off, and it triggered me to be mean, and that's why it happened.
And he used me for a green card. Financially abused me, sexually abused me, verbally abused me.
We had him on the show. I was fucking wasted when he came on. Like, if I had known, he came on randomly and I was not prepared for it. If I had known, I wouldn't have been wasted. No, he's a white guy. He's a white, maybe he has some Aboriginal in him, but he, like, presents as a white guy. But, yeah. So she's saying because my husband, my ex-husband who abused me, was a foreigner, I was mean to a black guy at Home Depot and told him to go back to his country.
I have been in and out of therapies, left and right, inside, outside, upside down, seeing specialists all on the entire freaking spectrum the last few years. Just to cope with the fact of what it's like.
I was so drunk I told him how handsome he was, and everyone was like, Ben is gay for ArtVanGrow's ex-husband.
Like to be RAPED'd. For the people who have a stomach, while you're here right now watching this, I'm going to give you a glimpse into my reality. I want you to go home tonight and talk about this with your family and your friends and ask somebody in the room how they would feel.
Are you gay for him?
If this has happened to them. You're with a supposed husband, right? He says that he loves you. But sometimes in the morning, not sometimes, a lot.
I mean, it's hard to say he didn't seem like he was someone who was abusive. Because, like, people will always, like, someone finds out their neighbor was a serial killer. And, like, I never expected that. He was always so nice. He was always so quiet. Like that. So I can't be like he didn't seem like it. But match up his behavior with hers and how he seemed normal. And she seems like someone who creates her own reality where, like, you look at her experience with the Home Depot people and then the way she explains it and it doesn't match up at all. That's enough for me to be like, well, I feel like her emotions shape her experience to a point where she can believe something completely different from what actually happened. And it's happened on several occasions. That's not the only one. And then when we really started covering her, I had, like, ex-friends of her. That's how we met her ex-husband, reaching out to me being like, hey, I was her friend for years and she fucking, like, turned on me. Like, and not just, like, stop being my friend and, like, being mean to me, being like, she, like, went to a new level, like, reporting me to the police and all kinds of weird shit. So
the times, most mornings, you wake up while you're sleeping to a penis being inserted inside of you. Pants pulled down, in it goes, you're out cold, you jump.
Yep. So this is her apology to the Home Depot people that she tried to get fired right now. She's like, you got a penis inside of you. What would you do? Oh my God, hold on.
To a penis being inserted inside of you. Pants pulled down, in it goes, you're out cold, you jump, your brain, PTSD because you've been here before, you've been sexually assaulted before. And your brain's going, oh my God, is he gonna ask if there's permission? Is he gonna ask if, like, this is okay? Oh my God, like, I'm frozen, what do? My brain is going really quick, my body can't go really quick. That is what PTSD is like. Fight.
She blames everything that she does on PTSD.
Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. So I'm frozen there while I'm being RAPED'd every fucking morning. And then when I'm done, I look around and I'm like, okay, great. We have 4 guns. I'm approximately an hour and a half from the nearest deputy. And if I show him that I'm crying right now, it might turn around a gun in my face, a knife coming my way, or maybe just another slap across the face.
So, like, I just want to say, they're married, they're in bed together. He wakes up and, like, starts having sex with her, and she says nothing, and this is her excuse. I mean, this seems kind of bullshit to me. Not kinda, 100%.
So instead, I wipe my fucking tears, I would get up and I would go have coffee and breakfast with him.
So he woke up in bed with his wife. He had sex with her. She did not say she didn't want to. Then they went and had coffee and breakfast.
Was actually put into a psych ward because he was trying to steal the property I just bought. Once they put me in the psych ward, it was actually a blessing in disguise because then I had to start therapy. And as soon as I started therapy, they started to hone in on what was the problem. Where was my stem of my anxiety? Where was this PTSD coming from? Where was this fear coming from? Who was the problem? Oh shit, Phil. He is a narcissist. He is a sociopath. He is using all these control, manipulative actions on you to make you come off as some type of...
You get my money.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm doing this to get more money for the goal, but, you know, trying to not harp on it too much. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Way. Now, if you've never been RAPED'd and you've never been sexually assaulted, then this is something that you will never understand because you've never walked a day in those shoes.
The problem is that you retroactively revoked your consent when you broke up with him. Like, it was consent when it happened. And then you decided you didn't like him anymore, and then you, like, took it away. That's what happened here.
This is the people who have been there. So this is not a form of justification for what has happened. I am standing up here multiple times taking full accountability for the words and actions that I said.
This was her second apology, by the way. The first one was worse.
Everyone keeps getting on my page saying I am RASCIST. Just because I said something out of a heat of a moment does not define what a person is. Imagine if you record...
She's like, hey, when you thought I was being racist towards the black guy from Africa at Home Depot, and I told him I was going to get him fired, and I said to go back to his country, don't you understand my ex-husband was from Australia, a white guy, and he just reminded me of him, so... That's what's happening.
Did everything that you ever said to people, or if somebody else did, well, your phones do. But other than that,
she was getting featured everywhere, by the way. Everywhere. It blew the fuck up.
Would you be okay with the other comments that people are writing on my...
And she blames DP for a lot of it because, like, we covered it when Vosh was on the one time. So Vosh got a hold of it, and Vosh put it on his channel when his channel was blowing up. And then Hassan covered it, and, like, a whole bunch of big streamers out there started covering it. And it like, there's probably a few videos with, like, 1 million views on it that ended up getting a hold of it because it kept growing and growing and growing.
If this was your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your friend, who accidentally in a heat of a moment during a PTSD episode, after being sexually assaulted with the same word that your RAPIST, who was also a foreigner, said to you.
Okay, so I don't know how many of you guys know, but the word cunt in Australia, it can be a term of endearment. They use it a lot there. There's different types of cunt, like... And she's saying that her Australian husband would use that word a lot, but then when she was a bitch at Home Depot, the gay guy, I don't even know if he's gay, the white guy from the video with the black guy that she was racist to, called her a cunt. So she's like, it brought up my PTSD.
In the middle of a public setting, if they triggered you and you were frozen in your PTSD.
Oh my God, yeah, she tried to be on a TV commercial. Oh my God. Or I'm sorry, like a reality TV series is what I meant to say. Fuck.
Kind of what was the first nail in the coffin. And then from there was a couple of other incidences in which I always reported to the cops, and the cops fucking laughed in my face because I was a woman reporting sexual assault. It's a real life problem that a lot of women who have been sexually assaulted actually have. Be okay with the other you ever said to people, or if somebody else did, well, you're from my way in the first 24 hours via my website, ArtVanGrow.com, via my email, text messages, calls, and voicemails. 72,000 in the first 24 hours.
I believe that. 72,000, like, hate comments and everything.
What is wrong with you people? Do you even
I'll be back in just a second here. I'm going to let her play.
Do you even know what mental health is? Do you even know what it's like to fucking struggle? Because you clearly don't, and you clearly have had nobody in your entire family been through shit, because if you have, you wouldn't be doing this shit you're doing to me. You wouldn't be. And I'm sitting here once again, as always, being vulnerable AF with you guys, being transparent AF with you guys, being raw and authentic, because that is who I am, and that is what I promise to be on my channels. I have literally no service where I live, thank fucking God. Goddesses and the higher powers, thank all of them. So I don't actually have service to engage in your absolutely horrific, don't script my shit, horrific stuff that you guys are saying. Never wish death on someone. Never wish ill on someone. Never wish that someone gets RIPED again. You don't know what someone's trauma is. You don't know what someone's last straw is. You guys could have already pushed my buttons many times to make me kill myself. But thankfully, I have an amazing support system and therapist that find what you guys are doing absolutely horrific. I have shared with my therapist and stuff the stuff that you guys are saying, and they are mortified. They're mortified of how you guys were raised, that you guys think this is okay and appropriate. It's not. Not even a bit. The other day, when I went to the coffee shop, I was able to finally see some of my real emails through all of the hate. It's been a few months now. And through all of the hateful emails, there are a lot of really nice emails in there. People who have followed me for years, and people showing love, and people showing kindness. And a lot of people reaching out to make sure I didn't kill myself. And a lot of people just reaching out to make sure my mental health is okay because of this stuff that you guys are saying. And what was the most commonality? Ooh, booger spit there. The most commonality was the fact that everyone said that what y'all are saying is 10 times worse than what came out of my mouth in the heat of a moment. I was feeling a high emotion, and my adrenaline was rushing, which is why I took that video. Yes, I was trying to show perspective in a way that showed what it was.
Why did it flip like this?
It's like to be harassed, and it backfired on me due to the words I used in the moment. Because I was experiencing PTSD, and you will never know what that's like unless you have been through something similar. And I would not wish half of my trauma on any of you. I have had a lot of trauma since I'm 3 years old, and I have done everything in my power to work on that, to heal from it, to grow, to learn the right skills and the tools. And all of you guys are doing nothing but showing your true colors. Digitally, I may add, which all comes with an IP address and all of your information, but you know.
Your IP address doesn't have all of your information. Unless, like, a court maybe would subpoena it. If you have someone else, if you're just like a normal person and you have someone's IP address, the most you can do is see, like, a 10 to 20 mile radius of where they live. And that's about it. And you could DDoS them, I guess, too.
Forensics is so much fun. and everybody mocking people with mental health and mocking me like, what kind of fucking person are you?
Well, yeah, Comcast supplies the IP address.
Like, seriously? I didn't expect this video to be this long once again. I just wanted to come on here and be transparent with you, but I wanted to also give you a little perspective of what it's like right now for me. You guys think that you're destroying my...
All right. I do have the original here, too. Let me play. So her dad was like, Amanda, that's not a good apology. Do an apology and say only what I wrote down here.
What?
Oh, no.
Blah, 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 blah.
This isn't it.
Just gotta forgive and forget.
No, actually, I'm wrong. This is her first apology.
Forgive and forget.
Someone edited it with like a weird...
Blah, 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 blah. Let me shoot up that heroin. And I'm...
Damn it. I wish I still had the original. I don't. It is, like, we did watch it on DP like 3 years ago. She owns this property out in the woods, like almost like in the rainforest. Washington State has a rainforest out on the Olympic Peninsula, and she owns like some property that she probably bought pretty cheap out there. And she has a tiny home that you could not survive the winter in unless you're like very skilled. And it's not a good place to live at all year round and like retire in, but she has it. And then like during the summer or during the winter, she lives in an apartment.
I might have been like dunked my head.
She's not on the... I'll show you the video. I was watching one of her newer videos and I realized some people might not be aware of her because we haven't watched her in a while.
Baptized, holy water on the head, eating a few of Jesus Christ's body or something.
She's out on her property right now. Here's the original video compilation. I just want you guys to get the full part of it. This is what she posted. From, this is the thing that made her internet famous. She's so proud of herself. The privilege at the end is unbelievable, by the way. She tried to get 2 people from Home Depot fired. Like a job that doesn't pay a lot. You know, ground level workers at Home Depot. She tried to get them fired, and she said, we'll get through it, I guess.
I got it first for you guys. I just got kicked out of the Home Depot. The Home Depot. The very store that I dropped thousands and thousands and
Your parents dropped thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
thousands and thousands of dollars in.
$14 an hour? Not here. The minimum wage in Washington State is... What's the minimum wage in Washington State? Let's see. And I doubt they were making minimum wage. In Washington State, currently it's $16.66 an hour, a satanic minimum wage. But yeah, it might have been 15 back then. I doubt they're making minimum wage though. They're probably making like $20 an hour.
A week. They just kicked me out. Long version short. Here we go, and I'll show you the video. Them part of the video.
Love BC, by the way. Go there once a year. Big fan.
Yeah, them kicking me out. Call me a cunt. All right. So I came to buy a $1,000 generator this morning. They were out of stock. They called another location. They said we have it. I said great. I'll go pick it up after work. Cool. Great. Calling on it. They're like, call in when you're 15 minutes away, and we'll have it. Get it out of the bay with the little machine, and bring it by the door for you. Awesome. Fucking great. Way to go. What a way to take care of a customer who spends thousands of dollars. 10 out of 10. Pre-experience, right? All of a sudden, I have this weird feeling I should probably call about 45 to an hour.
She's the worst caller to a fucking call center ever. She is the kind of call center that they'll just tell her whatever she wants to hear to get her the fuck off the phone.
Minutes before, not 15. 45 minutes on hold. Get a hold of the lady. She says, I'll transfer you to a manager after talking to her 5 times. I said, great. She fucking hangs up on me.
It is.
Call her again.
It is about that. When I go up to Canada, I do notice my money goes further. Even though Vancouver is a very expensive city, it's still like my money does go a little further up there.
So this lady hangs up. She's doing the best she could fucking do. She even
It's not sped up.
said, I'm doing the best I could do. Touche. So I call back again. She's like, mer, 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 mer. Hangs up on me. Again, this bitch. I'm like, yeah, no. Call back again. Gets me to a manager finally. I explain what happened to him again. Right, here we go again. Repeat. Tell him what happens, and he caught a motherfucking attitude with his foreigner accent. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. He gets such an attitude, and he hangs up on me.
So it's like, because her ex-husband was from Australia, she's now anti anyone who's not from America, which is insane.
I'm just trying to drop $1,000 in your store. I don't know what the fucking attitude is, but here we are with a motherfucking attitude. So I said, this bitch is...
Canadians use American dollars when they come to the U.S. It doesn't... It depends on where you are. You know what I am saying, bro?
Going down. So I called corporate on my way in while I'm in traffic. Hey, this is what happened. They said, not appropriate. Go on. In there right now with me on speaker, they're giving you a discount for the way that they just treated you. That is not okay. I said, I agree with you. It's better you're on the phone, because if I go in, I'm going to go in, theoretical shots fired, I don't own a gun, but I'm going to go in real hot and heavy. So I have her on speaker. We have 3 employees trying to locate said manager, right?
She shows boobs for money. You got to go to her OnlyFans and pay her for it.
And she's like, he's giving you a discount. So she tries to
They're not that great, by the way.
call him in. Well,
People have shown me.
trying to conference call him in.
Because she should be thanking me, by the way. Because I have, like, just by me covering her, enough people simp on her from my audience. They still hate her personality, but enough, like, wanted to see what was up, and they joined her OnlyFans.
The shit up. He literally starts walking towards me. She's on.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, it's not hard to have better boobs than Naked and Laughing.
Speaker, I'm like, answer your phone. Motherfucking disconnected. So now I don't have her as backup on my phone anymore, right? Literally, don't have her as my backup. So a guy comes up to me and doesn't even fucking blink an eye at me. He goes, you're not getting a discount. You're not shopping here. Get out of my store.
Sure, 6.5 out of 10. Naked and Laughing, 2. 1.5 on the boob scale.
I said, actually, I drove pretty far all day long. I am going to buy this $1,000 generator, and then I'm going to get out of your store. He tells me no and starts, like, not pushing me, but with his body escorting me out the door. And I was like, no. I got a 2-hour drive back. You're going to give me this generator. I spend thousands of dollars here, and customer service said you're also going to...
I hate people like this. They've never had to work a customer service job. So they think customer service is like bowing down and kissing the feet of whoever pays the company that pays them their shitty wage. Like that, they think that's customer service.
Give me a discount. He said, I'm not even selling
That's
anything to you.
not.
Get out of my store. Came at me with a real big attitude, escorting me out, making a motherfucking
Escorting me out.
scene. There's people
I wish there was like video of it.
staring everywhere.
Surveillance video.
So he's pushing me out the door. He ain't about it. I said, I'm not leaving. Call the cops. I've done nothing wrong. I'm trying to buy something. And he's like, I'm not discounting anything. I'm not selling you anything. Get out of my store. Like pushing me out. Like walking me out. Not touching me, but like pushing me basically out. And then I turn around and you're going to be rude. Go back to your country. Go back to your country. Because he wasn't from here. That was it. And I mean this sincerely. For all the people in the back, if you ain't gonna fucking respect Americans, go back to your country. Respect is earned, not given. Don't be fucking rude and work in customer service.
Customer service.
For one. So I turn around, I say go back to your motherfucking country
I didn't look. People sent it to me.
and learn some fucking manners before you come here. Whatever the fuck I said, spitfire, as always, you know how I do. That was fucking it. Back in New York, the word fag is not really, like, offensive, but I understand we live in a day and age and everybody...
She said, I'm from New York and no one's offended by being called a fag. I challenge people to go to New York and just be like, hey, you're a fag. Like, walk down the street and be like, hey, you're a fag. Like that. It won't go well. Not very well.
He's not from New York City, and everything is sensitive to everybody who's not from New York City. So the gay guy.
She does the like, I'm from New York. You don't know what it's like in New York. I can do this there. Or I'm Jewish, so I can't be racist. I'm Jewish.
Got really offended when I said for him to go back to his country. So that was it. I triggered the other guy. Now I have this bigger guy. So now I have two grown-ass men. I'm 5 foot fucking short, 100 pounds. Two grown-ass men. I deal with PTSD. I've been raped, sexually assaulted, and
there it is.
Went through domestic violence and abuse from men. I have two motherfucking grown-ass men in my face now yelling at me. Straight up yelling at me. You're the manager. You shouldn't even say motherfucking Pete.
I wish that we would have gotten like a bot. She was smart enough to leave. There should have been a body cam video of her like getting removed.
Customer's always right, even though sometimes we're not. Customer's always right. Customer service 101. So now he goes,
I will say, like, oh my God, look at this pause game. Her hair is her best feature. She has very nice hair. Very full-bodied, wavy, like a nice wavy, like her hair, best feature.
The fuck out of here, you cunt!
Her personality, the worst.
I'm like, oh no, he did not just call me a motherfucking cunt. And I was like, did you just call me a cunt? He goes, you fucking heard me, and now he's pushing me out the door. Get out of here, you fucking cunt. Go back to your country? Yeah? You ignorant? Go back. Yeah, you this, you fucking cunt. Yelling, screaming at me. So I finally pull out my phone. I'll show you the end of it. Here's the video. Been on the phone in the parking lot still, customer service complaining because that's not how we treat customers. So Mr. Hansen and Jamie are gonna lose their job today. This is what happens when we fuck with Amanda Marie Keshner.
I like how she put her full name in it too, so it was like so easy to find her for everybody.
Okay, bye.
Mommy! You heard me!
Say it again, I didn't hear you. What did you say to me?
Own country.
Go, tell me. Hi.
Okay, you need to leave, man.
He's being rude, you're being
No,
rude.
I'm not being rude. You need to leave.
I'm buying something.
No, you don't want any more customer. You need to leave.
Oh, I'm not a customer?
You're not
So I
customer.
want my thousands of dollars I spend here back every day.
No, leave.
Leave.
She didn't spend thousands of dollars every day.
So then give me my thousands of dollars. Give me my thousands of dollars.
Nope. Leave.
Give me my thousands of dollars back.
Leave.
Then give me my thousands of dollars back.
Out.
Cool, you're getting fired.
Bye.
Fired.
Go.
Fired.
Fired!
Fired. I cannot make this shit up. Look at this sign.
And then she's like, look at this. It's like the synchronicity of the universe that I was called a cunt, and then there's some kind of Australian van here. That's what she's saying here.
Aussie clean after being called a cunt at Home Depot by immigrants. The fuck? All right.
By immigrants.
Update. Went to a different Home Depot, one on the military base. Treated me like a princess, so that is not how you should be treated. So, it's already at district manager. That was quick. Manager already called me, spoke to her on the phone. Over the video, it's already at the district manager. Turns out that location is full of a bunch of sketchy ass shit. They've already been in transition. They're already kind of under watch, and the manager over here just said, I just lit the motherfucking fire over there. Looks like Hanson and Jamie got fired and a bunch of other people. Oh wow, Amanda just did what she came to Washington to do.
Celebrating small Home Depot win with some Maine lobster. This is what I was talking about. She's like, look, I'm going to eat some lobster tonight to celebrate getting minimum wage workers fired. That was, whew. Anyway. Now we'll watch
I
her.
don't want to waste it. And then part of me was like, but you just want to go in your bed and lay in your bed. That's where you want to be by 8 p.m. And then the other side of me was like, but your hair and your makeup looks good and your outfit.
I can't fix shit. No one can fix her.
Your outfit number 2 is just too good not to show it off. And then I was like, girl, that's ego talking. What you really want? And this is, I'm just giving you a visual of like a rain
She sits around talking to herself a lot.
outside of my hemisphere communicating with each other yesterday. So I decided I was going to stay in, kick it with little lion man, wherever he is, behind me. And then I was gonna put my outfit on today. I was gonna dance in it as if I was dancing last night. When I was a kid, I used to justify things to make sense for doing them. That sounded kind of sounds weird. But I used to be a phenomenal saver growing up. Must be the Jew in me. I don't really know.
Must be the Jew in me.
But I used to be a phenomenal saver. I bought my first computer ever. With my communion money, I bought my first car. All the things. My first international trip. Got my first passport. Like, all these things were things that I worked really hard towards. I saved up. I was really good with money. And how I used to do it is I used to justify things, and I found myself
Her dad pays for it all. Her dad's a guy with cash.
Doing that yesterday, and I was like, ooh, tween Manda's coming online, inner child healing.
She's the firstborn, and then her parents broke up, and her dad has a bunch of money and has all these other kids with a different woman, and he takes care of her. That's what's happening. That is literally what's happening.
Has begun, or teen healing has begun. And I used to, whenever I would make money for like a holiday.
Fuck no, she shouldn't adopt Jared.
Or my birthday.
Don't reward Jared. Like, even if she didn't give it up to Jared, Jared be like jerking off in his room every night. Like, just her presence around him would be too much for Jared. I'm not saying she's like the hottest woman ever, and obviously she's gross. Like, her personality is gross, but like, she's like leagues above what Jared deserves, right?
I have all these little
oh, it's a reward to Jared. Jared would block out all the annoyingness and be like, he'd be cool with it. He'd be okay with it. She's not an 8 out of 10. An 8 is a very high score. Are you just judging her on looks and you give her an 8? I wouldn't even give her an 8 on looks. I'd give her like a 6.5 on looks. Maybe 7. Are we talking about anybody? Are we talking about like models being like a 10, like the most beautiful models being a 10? I mean, like, she's not even close to that. Or are we talking about like normal people looks? Are you talking like models and movie stars and that kind of shit? Because then on that scale, she's probably like a 6. I'm not asking if you kick her out of bed at night. Like, I don't know you or like what you're willing to be in bed with. So like that doesn't even matter.
The different things I was saving for.
That's a low standard.
And I'd put money in there. And then like say like a boy liked me and I was trying to make bets with myself if I should reach out or if they're going to reach out. I would bet myself, this is good. Maybe this is a little sick and twisted, but it worked. It worked. So I would make bets to myself like, you texted so-and-so your crush and he's going to, if he texts you back, you'll take money out of this envelope and put it into this envelope. And if he doesn't text you back, you'll take money out of this envelope and put it in this envelope. And it was always like rearranging envelopes with obviously the favorite envelope being my travel fund, where I would save up in order to keep traveling and learn different cultures, learn from different people, travel around the world. And I think traveling is one of the best medicines. I've been saying it for years. I will continue to say it. I think that traveling made me who I am. If I wasn't subjected to so much different culture and perspectives and religions and ways of being around the world during my travels, I don't think that I would be who I am today. So seasoned. I'm so flavorful.
Ugh.
So yesterday I found myself going back to that way, that teenage way of...
So seasoned. She took like van tours of Australia.
Saving and betting myself with my own money and my own time and my own energy.
She hosts workshops. Her real dream is to own like a commune. That's why she bought all this cheap land in Western Washington on the peninsula, which is a very rugged area. I'll show it to you guys really quick here. If you're not familiar with Washington State, she lives in a place where, and that's why she doesn't normally live there, because it's like in the winter, it's so rough. Like you would not be able to do very well there because it's at a high elevation. Okay. So this is the Seattle area here. Okay. You guys see Seattle is actually between two mountain ranges. Seattle is this little stretch of land. It's vertical and narrow. And this is my area over here, Bellevue. All right. So Bellevue is basically Seattle. They call it the East Side. All right. So like there's two bridges. There's a small lake. Well, it's big by most people's standards. I call it small because I grew up in the Great Lakes region. But there is water between Bellevue and Seattle, but they're like sister cities almost. Bellevue is kind of a suburb, but it's like it has its own little like skyscrapers and everything. Like the downtown looks like mini Seattle, basically. And then when you back, and it's a low elevation surrounded by water. But here's the thing. You notice like mountains here. And that causes the unique climate of Seattle. Like the Seattle area has a very unique climate. And so it basically the weather comes off the ocean and hits this region. And these mountains kind of like disperse it on either side and kind of shield Seattle from the direct weather. And that's why we get this like weird, cool mist. It's a very light, misty rain, and we get it all winter. Okay? And the reason it's persistent is because it gets filtered through this mountain range here, the Olympic Mountains, and it gets trapped by this huge mountain range, the Cascade Mountains. So it comes off of these, gets like cut in half, and then gets like trapped right there. And we have the almost like a London fog effect. And yes, Bellevue technically isn't Seattle, but we're the same county, and I could like walk to Seattle in like an hour. I could do like an hour and a half walk and walk to Seattle. But yeah, so this small mountain range kind of like cuts it into mist, and then this large mountain range huddles it. And if you notice, on the other side of the mountain range here, it's all dry, it's all desert, because all of the ocean moisture gets trapped here, and like this area is desert, prairie and desert over here. And ArtVanGrow lives, where is it? She lives in like the foothills of this over here. Like probably like around this area over here. But during the winter she lives, in Shelby, which is like a much more developed area. But yeah, Seattle's like, what is it right now? It's 43 degrees right now in late February. We have a very like mild winter, almost no snow, little bit of snow. And then we have a super like dry, it dries up. We get the like desert Washington weather during the summer. So I am nothing like Frasier. Frasier is a famous radio psychiatrist. All right. They canceled the new show, so it didn't catch on well, too.
And I was just like, you know what? How do we justify your hair being done, your makeup being done, and your outfit being cute if you don't want to go back, but that's just making you feel like, but you worked so hard on this outfit, and your neighbors helped. So I was like, girl, what you do is this. what you do is you wake up, you have a good morning, and you go on the Instagram and you create some motherfucking reels.
We have to decide. A 1 out of 10 scale with attractiveness is kind of dumb, right? It's obviously subjective, but then there's like, how are you judging it? Like, are you judging like someone who's like grotesquely mangled at the bottom and someone who's like a Victoria's Secret like angels model? Like, is because the scale would have to be bigger, right? Only the face? No, the body has to be in it too. Like what? Like it has to be face and body. It has to be everything. But then like so like there's the look scale and the personality scale. Her personality makes her. So I said looks probably like a 6.5. Personality, it brings her to like a 2. And the only thing saving her from nothingness is her mildly attractive looks. She's a 10 in the body? You're insane. Nope, she's not a 10. She is not a 10 body. No, she's not a 9 body. She's not a 7 body. She's like a 5 body at best. I'm not into feet, by the way, but her body is not a 9. You guys are insane.
Things I don't do enough of.
You're insane.
I used to be on here all the freaking time, sharing amazing stories with you guys. Not gonna lie, using my body as clickbait.
She's okay.
We work this hard. If this body's gonna get you to...
See, here's the thing. I realize that I'm not going to get a 10 on like the overall scale. So don't judge the attractiveness scale based on like what you could realistically get. Like we're being honest about this, right?
The juicy oomph.
And then you can be in love with someone and they're like the most attractive person to you, but that's a different story. Like someone you actually know. And like you're just in love with them, like, and you're just attracted to them no matter what. It doesn't matter if they're the most beautiful person. To you, they are, because you're in love with them. Like that's a different thing than just like superficial. Do I like them as a person? Do I like the way they just look at first glance? That's a different thing.
My stories about life and about being human, about having the full spectrum, then so be it. So when you see about 10 different reels in the same outfit, remember this story. This is how I justified not going back yesterday, honoring my energy from last night, and being able to also honor the time and energy I put into the fashion side of it.
Oh, shit. I did not... What the fuck, dude? Really? Hold on. Here. What the fuck? Dude, I don't know what just happened.
Hi friends, I just
Hold
wanted
on,
to come
I'm
on
gonna
here
skip.
and buy a visual money I bought. Been saying it for me. You know what? Well, good morning. I'm not going back yesterday, honoring my energy from last night.
Oh shit.
And being able to take money at myself. This has begun. And all the things, my first outfit, and as you would do, but I hate with my communion money, I bought my first car. All the things to do. So yesterday I found myself going back to that way, that also
Here we
my
go.
stories about life and about being human, about having the full spectrum, then so be it. So when you see about 10 different reels in the same outfit, remember this story. This is how I justified not going back yesterday, honoring my energy from last night and being able to also honor the time and energy I put into the fashion side of it. So without further ado, here is the reveal of the outfit. So you probably have seen me wear this top before, but this upper top, this leather strap, is from Love Honey. I got a discount for them too. If you want. Oh, speaking of, I should have got a package for Valentine's Day. That's late. I need to check on that. All right, so we got the Love Honey top, belly dancing skirt with belt, leather garter. Like, how fucking amazing is that? And these stockings. If only you saw how many outfits were scattered around my apartment trying to come up with a final outfit. So, I had fun dancing in it today on the reels, making some reels for you guys. And I have an ecstatic dance to go to now, and I don't think that I'm going to wear this. I might keep the top on them for ecstatic dance. It feels comfortable enough. But I want more freedom with my legs. But before I do, I want to show you something amazing that was just gifted to me by someone locally, and Lloyd fur coat.
She's got
I used to have a rabbit fur coat.
She's got one of those, like someone in her town gifted her a fur coat.
We're still together.
Benpai vs Mondere 5 in a sushi eating contest for a private show. Proceed go to this bitch in NAL going to Mars.
I'll do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And also, please, can I get to 80% tonight? I'll wake up tomorrow and do the rest of the goal. But could someone help me get us to 80%? That would be sweet. Please.
But it reminded me when I got this, it reminded me of it because my dad is Andrew Lloyd Keshner. And now I got a fur coat again. Love it. Yo, I'm in a 50-minute ecstatic dance right now on Zoom. Do you want me to go live? Y'all want to join in for the last 15-20 minutes of it?
Look at her. Her dog's so cute. I feel bad for it.
Didn't get my dancing in last night, so here we are. That movement let us in. You've never done a static dance before?
All right, so that's enough of Amanda, right? We've had enough. I'm going to do a quick pee break. I will be right back. See you in a minute.
Welcome to Audit the Audit, where we sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode 18, Officer Courtney Brown and Officer Christy Wilson of the Roswell Police Department pulled over Georgia resident
New
Sarah
Mexico.
Webb for allegedly speeding on her way to work in Duluth, Georgia. After Ms. Webb pulled over, Officer Brown approached the vehicle.
Stay in the car.
Sorry, my window doesn't hold.
Officer Brown, Roswell Police Department. You know how fast you were just going, ma'am?
I'm so sorry, I'm late for work.
So you could go over 80 miles per hour on 92? No, ma'am. You have your driver's license and your insurance card?
Yeah, my insurance.
Turn off the car and pass me the keys, please.
She's complying a lot.
The ground's wet. It's been raining. You're going over 80 miles an hour
so
on this
sorry.
type of a road. That's reckless driving, ma'am.
This is LexisNexis.
We essentially need a tipped wiener.
Yes!
But
We do essentially need that. I essentially need that. I essentially need 80%, bud.
you're gonna take it and you're gonna like it, boy.
Oh, damn. Well, we're at 700. I do kind of like that, though. I do take that.
I don't have it printed off.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right with you. Go for it. Hey. She was going like almost 90 down 92.
really?
She flew past me. I had to get up to 90 to catch her. Wow. My CAD's not working. Is yours? Would you?
I check.
Can you see if can you check the tag too? I'm gonna have to restart this and see what the deal is.
Make me skid around and
I'm gonna take her probably for reckless.
Okay.
She flew past me going probably 80, 85 on 92 in the wet road. She said she's running late for work. I had to get up to 90 to catch her. What do you think? I mean, I don't have any speed detection, so at the same time, but...
Here, Officer Brown admits that she was not equipped with any
Probably
speed detection devices to get an accurate...
Yeah, it's all, like, it's flawed. Like, her perception of how fast she was going is flawed.
measurement of Ms. Webb's speed. While the law varies between states, in Georgia, individuals can be convicted of speeding or reckless driving based purely on an officer's visual estimate of their speed. Georgia's speeding laws are found...
That's fucked up.
In section 40-6-180 of the Georgia Code, which reads that, quote, no person shall drive a vehicle at a speed greater than is reasonable and prudent under the conditions, and having regard for the actual and potential hazards then existing. And section 40-6-
It's so easy to lie, but it's also so easy to be wrong about it and think you know, even if you're biased. Like, it's your job to catch people speeding. It's your fucking job to catch people speeding. It'd be like being like, oh, breathe in my face, and I think you have a blood alcohol level of, like, 0.1. Like, that's not how it works. Your eyes can't tell you how fast someone's driving, and your nose can't tell you, like, how drunk someone is.
181, which states that no person shall drive a vehicle at a speed in excess of certain maximum limits. In the 1992 case of Brown versus State, the Court of Appeals of Georgia determined that an officer's testimony of his visual estimate of the defendant's speed was legally sufficient to support a speeding conviction, holding that, quote, opinion testimony of an eyewitness may be used to establish speed, its credibility being for the jury to determine, and such evidence is sufficient to authorize a jury to conclude that the speeding laws have been violated. Similarly, in the 2002 case of Stone versus State, the Court of Appeals upheld a conviction based solely on the visual estimate.
I don't believe that.
By an officer.
People
because,
are
quote,
fucking
an
dumb.
Officer's estimate.
What do they have superpowers? Like, how the fuck do they know how fast someone's
speed
going?
Is sufficient to support a conviction on a speeding violation. The same evidentiary standard would apply to a reckless driving charge, which, according to section 40-6-390 of the Georgia Code, occurs when an individual, quote, drives any vehicle in reckless disregard for the safety of persons or property. In the 2003 case of Fraser versus State, the Court of Appeals of Georgia concluded that, quote, speeding, unaccompanied by other traffic violations, can form the basis for a reckless driving conviction if the state presents evidence that a defendant was driving at an excessive rate of speed given the posted speed limit and the driving conditions.
I don't drive over 80 anywhere in this state, except for the one time I told my story where normally I'm in the city anyway. Like, so I'm not driving over 80 because I'm not in a place where it'd be safe to, like, get to that speed. Am I in, like, Montana? I'm probably driving, like, 90, 95.
Existing at the time. Considering these Georgia case law precedents, a court would almost certainly find that Officer Brown's testimony regarding her visual estimation of Ms. Webb's speed was sufficient evidence to sustain a conviction for speeding and possibly reckless driving. Although a jury could find that her admission that she did not know the exact speed made her testimony less credible. However, it's important to recognize that this standard is specific to Georgia law, and some other states prohibit convictions based solely on visual estimates of speed.
No, but you can use the fact that you were going
whatever speed and she went past you, it's on camera, so you're going to have a back speed. You're going to have the fact that you went 90 to catch up to her. You're going to have too fast for conditions. And
yeah, I mean, that's unacceptable. I told her, I said, you know the roads are wet, correct? You're running late for work and you're going above 80.
I think it's 70 in Ohio, max speed on the freeway. Here it might, I don't know.
To get to work, I said, call. So do not do that and put people's lives in jeopardy.
Yeah.
So, my CAD just froze on me, so I'm restarting it right now. What do you think?
It's 70 in Ohio.
Or just tickets?
Atlanta answer or Roswell answer?
Hold on. Are you? Okay, hold on.
70. I remember like we'd cross into Michigan and like drive. Like boom, like crazy speed.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, she did it. Unavailable. My CAD's not working. Who's that?
A head, R tail.
Okay.
What's the fastest have I got my car to? I will not admit to committing crimes, usually. I will say, when I moved to Washington, I had just bought my, V8 Hemi Dodge Charger RT, and there's a pretty straight stretch that the freeway in southern Montana goes, and it's like hundreds of miles before the next city, hundreds of miles before like anyone even lives out there, and I tested the speed. We'll just say that in Minecraft.
Off camera, Officer Wilson pulls up a coin flip app on her phone and states, quote, A head, R tail, meaning that if the coin lands on heads, then Ms. Webb should be arrested. But if the coin lands on tails, she should be released. Regardless of the result,
it got pretty fast.
Officer Brown would have been within her authority to arrest Ms. Webb under both Georgia law and the U.S. Constitution. Under Section 40-6-1 of the Georgia Code, most traffic offenses in the state are criminal misdemeanors, including speeding and reckless driving. And Section 7...
I also have a rally car, too. I have like It's a Dodge Dart, but it's like the rally version of it, where it has like the rally suspension and the rally transmission, which is like the weirdest automatic transmission you could ever drive. But you can shift it manually if you want to. But
17-4-20 allows officers to arrest individuals for crimes without a warrant if, quote, the offense is committed in such officer's presence. Even if state law did not allow for arrests for these offenses, the Supreme Court has established a blanket rule that if a warrantless arrest for an offense committed in the officer's presence is supported by probable cause, it is constitutionally permissible. In the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, the Supreme Court held that, quote, if an officer has probable cause to believe that an individual has committed even a very minor criminal offense in his presence, he may, without violating the Fourth Amendment, arrest the offender, despite noting that the incidents of the arrest in question were, quote, merely gratuitous humiliations imposed by a police officer who was, at best, exercising extremely poor judgment. The Supreme Court later affirmed and expanded this decision in the 2008 case of Virginia versus Moore, concluding that, quote, warrantless arrests for crimes committed in the presence of an arresting officer are reasonable under the Constitution, and that while states are free to regulate such arrests however they desire, state restrictions do not alter the Fourth Amendment's protections. Given the broad discretion given to officers in making arrests, a court would likely uphold the constitutionality of an arrest decision based on a coin toss, as long as the arrest was supported by probable cause. Nonetheless, in some jurisdictions, these actions would violate departmental policies. For example, the Georgia Department of Public Safety Policy Manual identifies certain circumstances when traffic offenders can be arrested, and all other custodial traffic arrests are prohibited. The Roswell Roswell Police Department Policy and Procedures Manual, on the other hand, does not specifically limit traffic arrests, but it does require that, quote, whenever appropriate, an officer should use alternatives to physical arrest by issuing citations. However, by deciding whether to arrest Ms. Webb based on a coin flip, the officers likely violated another section of the Roswell Manual, which states that, quote, police officers, having a position of trust and civic responsibility, should so conduct themselves as to merit the confidence and respect of the public and fellow officers. The policy also requires that officers, quote, conduct themselves in such a manner as to reflect a favorable image on themselves and the Roswell Police Department. Members will consider it their duty to be of service to the general public, and to render that service in a kind, considerate, and patient manner.
This is tail right.
Yeah, so really.
23.
Michael Jordan? Hi. So I got two fast for, let me write this down.
Too fast for conditions.
Is it reckless?
Yeah, you can do reckless, and then speeding. And you're just going to have to mark the pace one instead of the...
I mean, either way, the speed limit here is what, 45?
Yeah.
45. She was going way... Yeah. I mean... Because I haven't done one like speeding like that, so that's why I'm a little bit unsure.
You're going to do the patrol vehicle spot, and then it's going to ask you for moving or not moving, and you're going to do moving.
Can you help me do these dang tickets? My CAD won't even log me in. Sorry. Alright, I'm gonna go. Yeah, that's not okay. Yeah. Alright, man. Do me a favor and step out of the vehicle for me. Put the phone down.
Why am I
Put your phone down. Step out of the vehicle. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Because, ma'am, you're driving entirely too fast for conditions. You put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy, okay?
It's all based on, like, oh, this is what I get paid to do. Which isn't
Double
right.
locking these so that they don't tighten on you.
We have technology that can prove that shit now.
Do me a favor and step in front of my vehicle, ma'am. Step in front of my
Reckless
vehicle.
driving. So, like, a speeding ticket is like a civil offense. Reckless driving is an actual criminal offense.
So do you have anything? Do you have anything in your pockets of? Do you have anything on you? A Coke sticker, stab me? Any drugs, paraphernalia, anything like that? Okay. You have a bond. Here, turn to the side for me. Here, move on, Burkett. I'm just gonna shake this out, okay? All right. Do me a favor, step over here to my patrol vehicle. Have a seat for me. We're gonna buckle you in, okay? RDR 390R. Alpha 1 in custody.
They're like basically taught to find and do this. So like their inclination is to like assume this is what's happening.
Alpha 1, can you please start me at 85?
Can someone get me to 80% of the goal? It's pinned in the top of the chat. Thank you.
Here, Officer Brown begins searching Ms. Webb's vehicle. While officers cannot search an individual's vehicle based solely on a traffic violation, there are many instances where officers may conduct warrantless searches of vehicles. First, it's essential to remember that officers can always search a vehicle with its owner's consent, and they do not need probable cause to request permission to search. As the Supreme Court first held in the 1925 case of...
They can, like, train the dog to, like, tag something.
Carroll versus United States. Officers can also conduct warrantless searches of automobiles based on probable cause to believe that the vehicle contained evidence of a crime without violating the Fourth Amendment. Similarly, in the 1991 case of California versus Acevedo, the Supreme Court concluded that officers can search closed containers inside of vehicles without a warrant if the search is supported by probable cause. However, in this situation, it appears that Officer Brown was actually taking an inventory of the items in the vehicle in preparation for it to be towed. In the 1976 case of South Dakota versus Opperman, the Supreme Court explained that, quote, when vehicles are impounded, local police departments generally follow a routine practice of securing and inventorying the automobile's contents. These procedures developed in response to three distinct needs: the protection of the owner's property while it remains in police custody, the protection of the police against claims or disputes over lost or stolen property, and the protection of the police from potential danger. For this reason, when officers searched and inventoried an impounded vehicle, the court concluded that, quote, in following standard police procedures prevailing throughout the country and approved by the overwhelming majority of courts, the conduct of the police was not unreasonable under the Fourth Amendment. Here, the Roswell Police Department Policy and Procedures Manual mandates that, quote, members of this department will inventory and document the contents of every vehicle being impounded. Because Officer Brown appeared to be complying with this policy when searching Ms. Webb's vehicle, a court would probably conclude that this search was constitutional.
You can take your phone with you. Now your makeup bags and all that. Is it okay to leave those in the car? You can make a phone call, but that's all you can do. If you want to call them, you're allowed to call them, but... Okay. Give me 1 second, I'll let you call them, okay? Where does he live? Okay, have a good day, sir.
There's no reason that I should be able to go with them.
Okay.
Ms. Webb was arrested and charged with going too fast for conditions and reckless driving, but the charges were later dropped. On July 18, 2018, Roswell Police Chief Rusty Grant denounced the officer's behavior in a video statement posted on Facebook and stated that the department was conducting a, quote, top-down assessment of the department and bringing in an outside consultant to perform an audit. On July 26, 2018, Officer Brown and Officer Wilson were both fired after the internal investigation was completed.
There you go.
Officer Brown and Officer Wilson get an F for exercising poor discretion by choosing to arrest Ms. Webb instead of citing her for speeding, violating several aspects of departmental policy and general policing standards,
bitches,
and for demonstrating poor character and an overall questionable ethical aptitude. There is no doubt that a majority of Officer Brown's conduct was lawful. However, it could certainly be argued that while Officer Brown's actions didn't necessarily violate the law, there are serious ethical questions to be raised about hinging the decision to arrest someone on the flip of
She just went to another state and got hired
the most
there.
reasonable and ethical decision possible within the bounds of an officer's authority.
What happens,
most officers
but
are
that
required
is
to take the law enforcement oath of honor along with their oaths to the federal and state constitution. The oath of honor explicitly promotes accountability and maintaining high ethical standards. And officers who neglect to consider the ethicality of their decisions are essentially betraying this oath and failing to fulfill half of their job description. Officer Brown and Officer Wilson demonstrated behavior that trivialized the social and financial impact of being arrested and diminished the department's relationship with its community. And I commend the Roswell Police Department for taking the appropriate action to address their officers' misconduct. As for Ms. Webb, I cannot rightfully issue a grade to an individual who had no control over the dynamics or outcome of this interaction at any point. When Officer Brown initially approached Ms. Webb and informed her that she was traveling over 80 miles per hour, it seemed to genuinely shock her, and Officer Brown later admitted that she didn't really know how fast Ms. Webb was going. This brings the entire stop into question, and there is an argument to be made that no verifiable evidence exists to show that this stop was initiated on a lawful basis. Ultimately, all the charges against Ms. Webb were dropped, and although she was visibly upset in the body camera footage, her ability to remain calm and compliant likely contributed to her charges being dismissed. I commend Ms. Webb for carrying herself well throughout the interaction and for following up the encounter with the proper channel of complaint. Let us know if there's an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below.
Let's just flip a coin and decide how fast she was going. Fucking insane. I love how we have body cams now to catch that kind of shit.
Welcome to Audit the Audit, where we sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode covers
Yeah, everyone should have a dash cam of their own.
de facto arrests, warrantless vehicle searches, and body camera policies, and is brought to us by KTVU Fox 2 San Francisco's channel. Be sure to check out the description below and give them the credit that they deserve. On the morning of September 20th, 2019, Nevada resident Asili Lagervale and her daughters, Asili and Ate, arrived in Castro Valley, California after driving through the night so that Asili and Ate could attend their college classes. Ms. Lagervale parked her rental vehicle in a handicapped parking space with a visible placard on the rearview mirror in a parking lot outside of a Starbucks location. The Lagervales were resting in the vehicle and preparing to enter the Starbucks to get coffee and use the restroom when Deputy Stephen Holland and Deputy Monica Pope of the Alameda County Sheriff's Office approached the vehicle. The interaction that followed was captured on Deputy Holland's body camera.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
What are you guys doing here?
Waiting to go to Starbucks in a second. Why? Is there a problem? I can't sit here.
Well, actually, let me tell you why I'm here. Okay. I've been having auto break-ins in this parking lot every.
We've been having auto break-ins in this parking lot, and we just wonder if it's the blacks that are doing it.
morning around this time.
Thank you very much.
So I've been driving around here. Okay. And I noticed that you guys aren't doing nothing but hanging out.
Yeah, I just got in from
And
Vegas.
Okay. Well, that.
This morning, I've been driving all night.
Okay.
Takes 8 hours to get here.
Well, relax. That's my reason why I'm talking to you.
I'm from here, so I'm not. Okay. This is a rental car from the Bay Area, from Oakland.
It's not a Nevada car.
No, I'm not Nevada. I'm from
you have your ID on you?
Yeah. Okay, so wait a minute. Now, why you asking for my ID? You just explained to me about the break-in.
Right.
But why did you explain to me about the my ID? What did I do? What kind of crime did I commit?
What kind of crime did you commit?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
You haven't.
Ask you for my ID.
Yeah, you have to give me your ID.
Why do I have to give you my ID? I have to give you my ID because I haven't did anything. You started talking about a break-in.
Okay.
I thanked you for informing me that.
Right.
I informed you that I'm resting because I'm about to go into Starbucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I informed you I've been driving all night, right?
Well, Starbucks has been open for about 2 hours.
It's actually been open since 5. I checked my GPS. Okay.
Are you doing anything wrong?
No, I'm
Are you doing anything wrong? She knows when it opens and he doesn't. This is fucked up.
not.
So then what's the big deal?
I don't have to give you my ID. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I know the law. I don't have to give you my ID. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Deputy Holland orders Ms. Lagervale to show him her ID, and Ms. Lagervale argues that she does not have to provide identification because she has not done anything wrong. California does not have a stop and identify statute that criminally sanctions an individual's refusal to identify themselves to the police during a lawful Terry stop. And even if it did, it is likely that a court would conclude that the officers did not have reasonable suspicion to detain Ms. Lagervale and her daughters on suspicion of the alleged vehicle break-ins, as the officers later revealed that the suspects in these incidents were black males, and Ms. Lagervale clearly explained that she and her daughters were about to go into Starbucks. Section 12951 of the California Vehicle Code states that the driver of a vehicle, quote, shall have the valid driver's license issued to him or her in his or her immediate possession at all times when driving a motor vehicle upon a highway, and, quote, shall present his or her license for examination upon demand of a peace officer enforcing the provisions of this code.
Yeah, better harass this family over some broken car stereos. You saw them do it, right?
However, while Ms. Lagervale was parked in her vehicle, she was not driving, and it is clear from the interaction that Deputy Holland was not attempting to enforce the vehicle code, but was instead investigating Ms. Lagervale and her daughters for potential criminal conduct. Likewise, Section 22511.56 of the California Vehicle Code requires that an individual using a disabled placard, like Ms. Lagervale was, quote, shall, upon request of a peace officer, present identification and evidence of the issuance of that placard to that person. Here, Deputy Holland did not request evidence pertaining to the issuance of the placard. Instead, he only requested Ms. Lagervale's identification, and did so in the context of investigating the vehicle break-ins rather than confirming the validity of Ms. Lagervale's placard. Therefore, a court would likely determine that Ms. Lagervale was not required to show identification to Deputy Holland in this situation.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
So what you're doing now is leading me to believe that you might be doing something wrong.
No, I'm not doing that, so don't try to trump up no charges. I saw like get your phones out so I record it.
Why are you getting so
The placard is the thing they hang to show that they can park in those handicap spots. That's what a placard is.
Because I gotta have protection. Because I don't know where this is about to go. I gotta have protection.
Well, it's not going to go anywhere if you cooperate. Everything's being recorded.
Exactly, and I'm not doing anything. That's what did you hear me tell my daughters? Start recording as well.
So why are you making this a big deal? This could be a completely positive encounter.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you my ID because I haven't done anything.
Do you have a valid driver's license?
Yes, I do.
So are you going to refuse to give me your ID?
I am because I haven't done anything. Call your superior. Call your supervisor.
I don't have to do that.
Yes, you do have to do that. Make sure you record that because I'm going, as soon as I leave here, I'm going to 150th and I'm going to the Sheriff's Department. We're being harassed for nothing.
It's not harassment.
Yes, it is harassment.
Well, guess what? I'm not in any rush. I can hang out here till you want to give me your ID.
I'm not. I want you to call your sheriff. I want you to call me or call your superiors. I sell it.
Well, hold on.
Call 911. Call 911.
What is going on here? No, we're not doing that. Okay, everyone in this car is detained. You can go back in the car and wait, or you can go in handcuffs and go in my car. Okay, sit in the car or you're going in handcuffs. I'm not dealing with this.
I'm going in handcuffs and I have to use the restroom.
You can sit. Last chance. Sit in the car, you're going in handcuffs.
Handcuffs for what? Yes.
31 animals. Start us up there.
That was one of the things. You're being really too excessive right about now. You're being real excessive right now. That's one of the reasons why we stopped here too. For me to get coffee and I was telling her to get up so she could go to the restroom. You're not going to do that. You're not going to violate and victimize us.
They don't want to listen to us, so let's go ahead and detain these two.
No, you're not going to detain them. We haven't did anything. We have not did anything.
You gotta start the car. Get out of the car.
No,
Get out of the car.
Roll the window down.
Get out of the car.
No, I'm rolling the window down.
Yeah, this is fucked up.
No, I'm not. I'm rolling the window down.
Get out of the car.
I'm rolling the window down. I'll get out. Just don't pull on me. I'll get out.
All right, get out of the car. This is your last chance to get out of the car, or I'm placing you.
No, you're not placing me under arrest.
Or I'm placing you under arrest.
I'm calling someone.
Get out of the car.
I am. You don't have to pull me. I'm getting out now.
Then get out.
Stop it.
Then get out.
Stop it.
Stand right here. Put your hands behind your back. You're being detained.
No, I'm not being detained. For what?
You're being detained.
For what?
Put your hand behind your back, or you're gonna go to jail.
No, I'm not going to jail. We're getting an attorney right now. Record everything. We're getting an attorney.
You're not following any of my instructions.
We haven't done anything. Don't worry. I said y'all.
Put your hands behind your back, or you're going to jail. Put your hands behind your back, or you're going to jail.
Don't worry.
That's fine.
We have a lawsuit. Excuse me, officer. Can you make some sense out of this? We haven't did anything. And all of a sudden we're getting arrested. I don't have a weapon on me.
I'm just checking.
I asked for his superior, his supervisor. I asked for a supervisor.
Grab a seat.
This is not how things work, ma'am.
No, what are you talking about? We haven't did anything.
Take your feet up.
You don't demand what we do.
No, I'm not demanding anything.
The officers handcuff all three
Yeah, this is completely wrong.
of the Lagervales and place them in the back of separate police vehicles, claiming that they are being detained and not arrested, and hold them for about an hour. Although an officer putting an individual in handcuffs and placing them in the back of a police vehicle does not automatically convert a Terry stop detention into an arrest, there are situations where the circumstances of a seizure can transform it from a Terry stop, which only needs to be supported by reasonable suspicion, to a so-called de facto arrest, which must be supported by probable cause. In other words, it is unconstitutional for an officer to detain an individual under circumstances that
Look at this stock
constitute an arrest
footage.
without probable cause.
These people are all actors.
Even if the officer claims they are only detaining them. When determining whether a seizure rose to the level of an arrest, courts consider
He got a paid vacation.
factors, including the scope, intrusiveness, and
Harass black people, get a paid
duration
vacation.
of the detention. In the 2022 case of United States versus Guerrero, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which has jurisdiction over California, affirmed the denial of motion to suppress because 2 of the 3 judges on the panel concluded that the seizure of the defendant was constitutionally reasonable, albeit for different reasons. Each judge filed a separate opinion on the issue, with Circuit Judge Gould arguing that the 1-hour seizure, quote, was more than a brief detention akin to a Terry stop because, quote, in combination, the length of the detention and the use of handcuffs under the circumstances transformed Guerrero's detention into a de facto arrest. On the other hand, while ultimately concluding that Guerrero's seizure was reasonable, Circuit Judge B argued that he was not subject to a de facto arrest. However, Judge B's interpretation of the situation was based on the fact that the detention was only prolonged to wait for investigators from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms to arrive, which Judge B found to be a reasonable delay based on past Ninth Circuit precedent. Because, like Guerrero, the Lagervales were held in handcuffs and police cars for approximately 1 hour, and their detention was not prolonged to await the arrival of specialized federal officers, they would have a strong argument that the circumstances of their detainment transformed a Terry stop into an arrest. And while it is unlikely that the officers even had the reasonable suspicion
Stock
necessary
footage
to conduct a Terry stop, it is nearly indisputable that they did not have probable cause to make any arrests.
Right now, you're not putting your foot in the car. I'm asking you why I'm following our instructions.
Resisting.
I'm asking you a question. Why am I being arrested? Right now, you're being arrested because you're
But
not
what did I
listening
do
to
to
us.
be arrested? What led up to this? Can you answer that honestly? You cannot.
You won't let me. You won't shut up.
I'm listening.
Unlawful search.
Deputy Holland opens the rental vehicle door and appears to search at least one bag which was located inside the sedan. Later in this interaction, the officers search the entire vehicle, including the trunk and all three Lagervales' purses, and obtain their identification cards. In general, the Fourth Amendment requires officers to obtain a warrant before searching a vehicle. However, there are
Warrantless
several
search.
exceptions to this warrant requirement, and officers typically have the authority to conduct a warrantless search of a vehicle with the valid consent of the driver or owner, as required by exigent circumstances, incident to a lawful arrest, and when they have probable cause that the vehicle contains evidence of criminal activity. Significantly, these exceptions do not authorize the search of a vehicle to obtain an individual's identification when they refuse to provide it, although there may be an argument that such a search would be permitted in situations where the refusal to identify constitutes a criminal offense. Although the Supreme Court of California upheld the, quote, limited search of the glove compartment, the area underneath the driver's seat, and the area beneath the front passenger seat for an individual's identification when the individual refused to identify themselves and the officer, quote, was preparing to issue a traffic citation and therefore needed to learn the true identity of the person to be cited in the 2002 case of In Re Arturo D., none of the Lagervales were being cited for a traffic violation in this situation. Notably, although the Arturo D. case was considered good law at the time this encounter occurred, it was later overruled in the 2019 case of People v. Lopez, where the Supreme Court of California recognized that California was the only state to have recognized, quote, an exception to the Fourth Amendment's warrant requirement for suspicionless traffic stop vehicle searches, and that, quote, the desire to obtain a driver's identification following a traffic stop does not constitute an independent categorical exception to the Fourth Amendment's warrant requirement. Accordingly, as the officers did not search the vehicle under a recognized exception to the warrant requirement, a court would almost certainly conclude that the search of the vehicle was unconstitutional.
Where is your captain? Sir, you're hurting me!
I need to identify who you are and your relation to this car and to the people. So,
Where's your driver's license at?
It's in my wallet.
Okay, which one's that?
It's my black wallet.
The black wallet? Is that in the purse that was right by your feet?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, I'm going admin while I
Admin?
talk to my partners.
Figure out what is going on?
After muting the sound on his body camera, Deputy Holland discusses the situation with Deputy Pope and the other officers that responded to the scene. According to the Alameda County Sheriff's Office General Order Number 8.17, officers in the department may use mute mode, quote, in extended video situations, including search warrants, housing unit searches, and investigative activities where no suspect interaction is occurring. However, the policy requires that, quote, for any mute mode activation for an extended operation, supervisor approval must be sought. Additionally, the policy states that mute mode may also be useful when audio recording should be deactivated, quote, based on articulable reasons, such as sensitive intelligence gathering.
No, that shit should be edited out after. It shouldn't be muted by the recording.
When discussing sensitive,
like the person wearing the
confidential
cam.
law enforcement information
Right?
or other investigative purposes. The policy also requires that, quote,
We're trying to build a prison.
When utilizing mute mode, members shall verbally announce they are placing the camera in mute mode prior to activating the feature. That, quote, the reason for this activation will be reasonably announced as well, and that, quote, absent an extended video situation with supervisor approval, or an incident where the member has determined audio recording may be stopped based on articulable reasons, mute mode shall not be used. It is clear that Deputy Holland's use of mute mode on his body camera in this situation does not comply with this policy. policy. However, it should be noted that the current body camera policy was last revised in December of 2022, and a version of the body camera policy from 2017 did not include these provisions on the use of mute mode. Therefore, it is unclear when these requirements went into effect, and it is possible that when this interaction occurred in 2019, the policy may not have prohibited Deputy Holland's use of his body camera's mute feature. As we discussed earlier in this episode, the officers searched the vehicle, including the Lagervales' purses and the vehicle's trunk, and obtained the Lagervales' identification cards. During this search, Deputy Holland's body camera remained muted. The officers held the Lagervales for about an hour, and then released them without filing any charges. The Lagervales allege that they suffered abrasions on their arms and wrists from the incident. On July 14, 2020, the Lagervales filed a lawsuit against the officers involved in the encounter and the Alameda County Sheriff's Office for assault, battery, false arrest, and a violation of constitutional rights, among other allegations. On March 1st, 2023, a federal jury unanimously ruled in favor of the Lagervales and awarded them a total of $8.25 million. Wow! Specifically, the jury held Deputy Holland and Alameda County jointly liable to Asili for $2.75 million in damages, and to Aote and Asili for $2 million each. Wow! The jury also held Deputy Pope and Alameda County jointly liable to Aote and Asili for $750,000 each. As of the time of writing this episode, the Alameda County Sheriff's Office has not announced any disciplinary action against Deputy Holland or Deputy Pope.
And they should have been fired.
Both deputies have been promoted since this.
They got promoted! Okay, that's the problem. Yeah, we're going to pay them for this shit that they fucked up royally. And, like, who paid the money? They didn't pay it out of their personal bank account, right? Like, the taxpayers paid that, right? And then they kept them? Like, the department paid that, not the individual cops. And then they got promoted?
Incident occurred. Overall, the Alameda County deputies get an F for ordering Ms. Lagervale to show her identification when she was most likely not required to do so. Unconstitutional.
They should, I mean, it should be a criminal offense. It shouldn't just be a civil offense. You're going to fucking, like, pull someone out of their car and handcuff them and throw them into your cop car and lock them up and hold them prisoner when they didn't do anything wrong?
Detaining the Lagervales without reasonable suspicion or probable cause, unnecessarily using handcuffs and placing the Lagervales in the back of police vehicles, and searching the rental vehicle in violation of the Fourth Amendment. Although I cannot know the deputy's motivations for certain, given the fact that Deputy Holland claimed to be investigating a string of break-ins involving male subjects, it seems logical to conclude that he only detained the Lagervales for standing up for their rights and refusing to comply with his unlawful demand for identification. Handcuffing the Lagervales and placing them in the back seats of cruisers was excessive, and appeared to be a punitive reaction to the Lagervales' refusal to cooperate. Although Deputy Holland was the primary offender, Deputy Pope and the other officers who responded to the scene still get an F for going along with Deputy Holland's unreasonable and illegal actions, and likely violating the Constitution themselves in the process. The Lagervales get an A for refusing to surrender to the officer's unconstitutional demands for identification, firmly and, for the most part, respectfully advocating for their constitutional rights, and taking prompt and effective legal action against the officers involved in this encounter. It is highly unusual for these types of cases to go to a jury trial, as they are typically resolved via settlement before the lawsuit progresses to the trial phase. And the fact that this case was heard by a jury allowed the Lagervales to receive a public verdict declaring that their rights had been violated without any sort of non-disclosure agreement preventing the public from learning of the Alameda County officer's misconduct. While I'm unsure of the reason this case did not settle, I commend the Lagervales
I think
for
I
their
know why.
patience and their commitment to obtaining justice through the often slow-moving U.S. legal system. I would encourage others who have had their rights violated by the police to learn from their example. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out my second channel for even more police interaction content.
Here's another good one.
Welcome to Audit the Audit, where we sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions.
Tip train!
This episode covers disorderly conduct, personal privacy, and remaining silent, and is brought to us by IDC Chris's channel. Be sure to check out the description below and give them the credit that they deserve. Let's dive right in and audit the audit. On July 4th, 2019, YouTuber and First Amendment auditor Christopher Biederstedt was conducting a First Amendment audit on a public sidewalk outside of the Mendota Lutheran home in Mendota, Illinois, when he was contacted by Officer Holland of the Mendota Police Department. The MPD had received a complaint from the residents of the Lutheran home that Mr. Biederstedt was trying to film the inside of the building from the outside.
This place looks like shit.
Talking to you. Why are you recording the nursing home? You're upsetting the people who live here. Chris, stop walking. Stop. What is going on? Why are you recording the... Chris, stop.
At this point, Mr. Biederstedt is officially detained and must obey the commands of the officer. In the infamous Terry versus Ohio case, the Supreme Court recognized that when an officer, by means of physical force or show of authority, has in some way restrained the liberty of a citizen, then a seizure has occurred. The moment that Officer Holland ordered Mr. Biederstedt to stop, he was officially detained and subject to the lawful.
They know him because he's an auditor.
The officer's orders are
like
lawful,
he goes out and like does borderline lawful stuff to test the resolve and knowledge of the police there. That's how they know him.
By a court. And in our current justice system, even if the officer's orders are unlawful, they must be obeyed when they are issued, and challenged later in court. I have covered the topic of detainment in many of my other videos, and I will not spend much time on it in this episode. But I highly recommend taking a look at past episodes to get a better understanding of how a detainment works and how it relates to the Fourth Amendment.
Why are you recording the nursing home? I'm speaking to you. I'm getting complaints about your actions. What is going on? Chris.
Please let me go.
No, I need to find out what's going on. You're upsetting the people who work here. So stop.
I'm gonna go.
I'm ordering you to stop. So stop.
I don't, you work for me, I don't work for you.
Well, I work for the public who called me here because of the actions
Did
that
I
you're
do
doing.
anything illegal?
You're upsetting the people who live here.
Did I do anything illegal?
27 from 156. Can you assist? You need to stop, okay?
I'm gonna.
What is going on and why
is
are
this
you...
illegal?
It's not, you shouldn't be proud of simping for ArtVanGrow. That's cringe.
I want to know what's going on because you're upsetting these people. I want to know what you're doing.
Did I do anything illegal? I don't answer questions. Definitely not to you.
Disorderly conduct, Chris.
Disorderly conduct.
You're
how?
alarming and disturbing the people who
Am
work...
I
And tell her I said you're welcome.
allowed to photograph on the sidewalk or no?
Section 26-1 of the Illinois Criminal Code states that a person commits disorderly conduct when he or she knowingly does any act in such unreasonable manner as to alarm or disturb another, and to provoke a breach of the peace. This is a prime example of a code whose language is so vaguely written that almost any action could be perceived as a violation. The core tenets of the code
by design
are entirely subjective and inherently flawed. Codes like this one exist in almost every state, and they are typically just as vague. These codes essentially authorize officers to take anyone to jail for any reason, and are often used by officers to arrest civilians who have broken no other laws. We will discuss whether or not Mr. Biederstedt was committing a crime later in this episode.
I'm trying to figure out what you're doing.
Okay.
Chris?
Look,
I'm going to put you in handcuffs if you don't stop.
You can put me in handcuffs.
Okay, then stop.
No, you can put me in handcuffs. This isn't legal.
Stop.
This is not legal.
What are you doing?
This is not legal.
Chris?
This is not legal. I'm trying. I'm going about my day.
I'm detaining you until I can find out what you're doing and why you're doing this.
This is
Put your
illegal.
cell phone down.
That's a Terry stop.
I'm detaining you.
That's a Terry stop.
Put your phone down.
That's a Terry stop.
A Terry stop is a stop of a person by law enforcement officers based upon reasonable suspicion that a person may have been engaged in criminal activity. Mr. Biederstedt is correct that Officer Holland is conducting a Terry stop based on the reasonable suspicion provided by the 911 call that the department received. The Supreme Court has ruled that 911 calls can serve as reasonable suspicion, and I have covered that subject in different episodes which I will link to in the info card above. It is impossible to know what the 911 caller reported to the Mendota police, but the officers mentioned that the caller was concerned about Mr. Biederstedt's mental stability because of his bizarre actions. It is likely that a court would find that the officers were within their authority to stop Mr. Biederstedt based on the information provided by the 911 caller. As Officer Holland places Mr. Biederstedt into handcuffs, Sergeant Stewart arrives on the scene.
Oh, God.
Why are you recording him inside?
And he will not give me that answer. He keeps
I
pulling
don't.
away from
I'm
me.
definitely not answering questions to you guys, but
Okay, I'll hold him. Go see if they'll sign a complaint for disorderly conduct. Why are you being that way, dude?
Like what? Hey, can I not
You can
photograph on the sidewalk?
They were concerned that you were photographing residents inside.
No, there wasn't.
You weren't.
No.
You just photographing
Look, all these blinds are closed. Yeah.
along here. I don't know if
Yeah,
they are or
look,
not.
Go look at them. All right.
Why wouldn't you stop when she asked you to?
Do I have to?
Yes.
Was I being detained?
Yes.
What crime was I suspected of committing?
It is a common misconception that officers require suspicion of a specific crime in order to detain an individual. The legal doctrine set forth by the Terry case dictates that officers only need a suspicion that criminal activity is afoot. If an officer can point to specific facts which made them believe that some crime may have been committed, then the officer may detain an individual in order to investigate further. Although photographing on a public sidewalk is not a crime in and of itself, there are limitations to the protections offered by the First Amendment. Citizens are entitled to a reasonable expectation of privacy in certain places. And in the 1967 Supreme Court case of Katz versus United States, Justice John Marshall Harlan established a two-pronged test for determining whether an individual's expectation of privacy is reasonable. The Katz test considers whether an individual has exhibited an actual subjective expectation of privacy and whether the expectation is one that society is prepared to recognize as reasonable. That being said, the First Amendment does protect the act of public photography, and the public domain extends to whatever can be seen from a public location. While citizens may assume that they have a reasonable expectation of privacy inside their homes, courts have ruled many times that photographing the inside of a home through an open window is a constitutionally protected activity.
You really want to go that route?
What crime?
We're investigating somebody acting in a disorderly manner.
How?
You're video recording a nursing home and
But
you were upsetting the
photography
residents.
on the sidewalk.
We didn't know that. Don't we have to talk about it?
Photography on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Do I have to answer questions to that? No, I don't.
Wow.
Do I?
Where'd you get your law degree, man?
Do I? Dude, I was videotaping in front of the sidewalk. This is a universe. This is a right.
I have no idea, man. You won't cooperate with us and tell us what's going on. You're being asked to cooperate, and the police officer's giving you a direct order, and you won't stop.
Because I don't have to, because I didn't
Yes,
do
you
anything
did.
illegal. No.
So that's in your opinion, not ours.
No, it's not an opinion.
Okay.
I did not do anything illegal
Okay.
in general.
Okay.
The Fifth Amendment's, quote, right to remain silent can be a powerful tool for anyone interacting with the police. And in most cases, it is a good idea to remain silent as much as possible, but also within reason. The right to silence was designed to prevent individuals from incriminating themselves, and successfully invoking that right requires a functional balance between disseminating necessary information to police officers and not answering potentially incriminating questions asked by police officers. Although you are well within your rights to remain completely silent during most police interactions, outside of identifying yourself, it may not always be in your best interest to do so. Silence often says more than words, and it is extremely important to bear in mind how your actions will be viewed inside of a courtroom after an interaction has taken place. Failing to announce your intention to exercise your rights leaves a court open to interpreting what your intentions may have been. This was the case for Iowa-based auditor Daniel Robbins, who was arrested for photographing a police station from a public sidewalk and lost the subsequent lawsuit because he failed to articulate that he was exercising his rights, leaving the court to draw its own conclusions about his intentions. I will link my coverage of Mr. Robbins' interaction in the info card above. If Mr. Biederstedt had simply announced that he was exercising his First Amendment right to record in public, it could have de-escalated the encounter and served him well later in the courtroom.
The only reason I came here and photographed was because I knew it was within my rights.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, if that's all you were doing, but if you're videotaping and taking pictures of people inside there, that's a different story. Or if you're going on their property acting in a disorderly manner, that's your problem to deal with.
Officer Holland eventually returns with what appears to be a staff member of the facility and informs Mr. Biederstedt that he is under arrest for disorderly conduct. Sergeant Stewart escorts Mr. Biederstedt to the patrol car, and then something amazing happens.
So he's walking by videotaping the building?
Videotaping the building, he's like zooming in on the windows, zooming in on the doors. I know.
It's not illegal to do that.
I explained to them what's going on, and they're like, oh my gosh, okay, I don't know what he's doing.
Okay, but time out. That's not illegal to do that.
Okay.
He's not acting in a disorderly manner if he's on the sidewalk walking by videotaping the outside of the building.
Okay.
That's the problem we have.
Yeah, and they were...
At least this cop's honest. Like, oh, that's all he was doing?
They're disturbed that he's walking on the sidewalk videotaping?
They were concerned because they don't know his mental state. They don't know what he was doing. And I told him I can't...
Well, he wasn't... I mean, other than not obeying you, which is a no-no, which, I mean, that is what it is, but as far as walking by with a video camera... I mean, I'm not, that's not something that, even though they're,
bothered by the actions that he was doing.
You could be bothered by a lot of things, Sam.
After Sergeant Stewart intervenes, Officer Holland uncuffs Mr. Biederstedt, and after a calm conversation with the sergeant, he is released, and the officers leave the scene without further incident. Overall, Officer Holland gets a C-, because although she may have been within her authority to detain Mr. Biederstedt, she essentially admitted to soliciting a complaint from a staff member of the facility and fully intended on making an arrest.
And they were disturbed by his actions once they found out what was going on. So they were willing to sign it.
Officers soliciting charges is a relatively common
soliciting charges, just like soliciting
a charge so that they can arrest someone and go on about their day, rather than taking the time to examine all sides of a conflict. Anyone who has interacted with police can attest to that notion. Officer Holland fell into the typical routine of restoring peace at the expense of administering justice, but luckily she was corrected by Sergeant Stewart. Sergeant Stewart gets an A+ for engaging with Mr. Biederstedt in a challenging but cordial conversation, and for questioning Officer Holland's tactics and ordering her to release Mr. Biederstedt. It is increasingly rare to see an officer display a relatively thorough knowledge of constitutional protections, but it is even rarer to see a supervisory officer object to the charges brought by a fellow officer on those grounds. I commend Sergeant Stewart for having the proper knowledge and awareness to dispute Officer Holland's assertions, and ensure that peace was restored and justice was equitably served. Well-informed officers deserve to be in supervisory positions, and Sergeant Stewart demonstrated great policing during this encounter. Mr. Biederstedt gets a B+, because while it could be argued that he was engaged in a constitutionally protected activity, Mr. Biederstedt's decision to record a retirement facility raises serious ethical questions. There is no progress to be made within the constitutional awareness movement by recording the Lutheran home, and alarming the residents of an elderly home only serves to make the movement look bad as a whole. Many of the home's residents are likely mentally unstable, and pointing a camera at such an establishment is obnoxious and disrespectful. And while Mr. Biederstedt failed to properly exercise his Fifth Amendment right to silence, he did remain calm and collected throughout the encounter and ultimately was not charged with a crime. Mr. Biederstedt would also do well to re-examine the Terry case and gain a deeper understanding of reasonable suspicion and detainment. Mr. Biederstedt did a good job overall, and as his legal knowledge grows, so too will his auditing ability and ethical awareness. I look forward to seeing the auditor he will become, and I highly encourage you all
He'll grow to be a good auditor, son.
Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more police interaction content.
Let's get to 80% if you would be so kind to help me to get to 80%, and we'll watch some more videos. Thank you. Fuck yeah, bitch. It's my flute. You guys can't hear it? Shame. It's beautiful. Let's get physical. Physical. This is a quick one.
I've done absolutely nothing. No.
Hey, seriously.
Put your gun down, really? Clearly didn't like that I was pointing my camera to videotape him. He thinks he's being funny now.
Hi. Go take your hand out of your pocket.
No, sir, I haven't done nothing. I've done absolutely nothing. No.
Hey, seriously.
Put your gun down, really?
Edward 10. Start me another one.
This one's really got a gun on me. No. You don't touch me. You don't touch me.
I'm at that address. Start me another unit.
You don't touch me.
Hey, man.
No, you don't touch me.
When I tell you to take your hand out.
I've done nothing.
Okay.
Nope.
You need to relax.
What have I done? Why'd you get out of your vehicle?
You're taking a picture of me. I'm taking a picture of you.
78%.
I don't have to.
Hell motherfucking yeah. Thank you, here I am. Anyone else want to join in?
Neither do I.
So, I told you to take your hand out of your pocket.
He's a little man.
I just want to make sure you don't have a weapon.
You know I don't have a weapon on me.
Okay. I don't know that.
You do that. I'm completely clear. Wrong. You have your gun out because you're a police officer. You're trying to intimidate me, and this is going all over YouTube.
What's wrong with you?
Your station is corrupt.
What's wrong with you? You seem weird.
Are you some kind of a...
I'm the guy with the gun in my hand with my finger near the trigger.
Constitutionalist?
No.
What, are you a constitutionalist? You know the thing I swore an oath to when I became a cop?
Sir.
Crazy guy or something like that? Is that your...
Is that what you're going after? Is that where you're going? Are you throwing claims around?
An internal investigation. I'm going to internally investigate myself. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, there was no wrongdoing. I'll be right back, people. Don't go anywhere. There's more to come. See you in a moment. Chandler loves Barb. Christine Chandler loves Barb.
I said this was going to be my last one, but I said if I saw something that was really fucked up, I was going to make another fucking video. God. Okay?
She looks like she's made out of Play-Doh.
Anyone who hears this, please give this to Chantal.
Chantal.
Okay.
God, you know what? This video is an hour long. I think I might sit on it until later. It's so long. Maybe lawn. I mean, maybe I should wait. Maybe. You're welcome, Chantal. Oh no, I'll watch it again later. I just looked at like what time it is, and then I looked at how long that video was, and I'm like, holy shit. Ooh, oh, holy shnikes, man. Fickety, fickety, fake, 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 fake.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Struggies. Struggies. Who's a strugger? Is you a strugger? Shrek 4D. I knew a guy, his last name was Shrek, which was so weird. And we called him Shrek before the movie Shrek came out. Think about that. It wasn't spelled exactly the same. It was S-H-R. Hold on. E-A-K? It was something. It wasn't spelled the same as the movie. Shirk. I will be... I'll be the Bengals.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is...
Let's see how this goes. Shit.
Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we're off and running at Paycor Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. They'll be led out by the 6th-year pro and former #1 overall pick out of Oklahoma, Kyler Murray.
One of the beauties of the quarterback position is it's not cookie cutter. QBs come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are 5'10", some are 6'6". Some are better on the run, some are better in the pocket. For Kyler Murray, and he is at his best when he's playmaking. When his athleticism, that dual threat nature comes to life, that is when he is typically a defense's worst nightmare.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
On 2nd down, a run with Connor. And he'll take this
3rd
up
and
to
6.
34 before he stopped. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Let's come in here, Brock. It's Murray.
Got him. 4th and 12. They got to punt it away.
And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send them off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing them up with a sack, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. They're led out by a motivated player coming off an injury, one of the game's great young QBs, Joe Burrow.
I think it's fair to say, Kate, the only thing that has slowed down Joe Burrow in his NFL career is that injury bug. Just like in his rookie year, major injury to that wrist a season ago.
1 yard.
This guy is so smooth, so calm, so poised. He didn't let the injury in his rookie year affect him. Remember the next year they went to the Super Bowl? And those Bengals were sure hoping for a repeat this time around.
Here's Brown again. And once again, he
not a lot of work on the ground.
Brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do.
Got it.
Complete beyond the marker.
Good pass.
Tackle made just beyond midfield at the 48. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Cardinals.
I got to get the run working, man. I need the run working.
First, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the gun, again to Brown. And he got it close, but still just about
1 yard away.
Shy of that 1st down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive run,
got it.
You really break the backs of the defense.
A gain of 11
Oh no, you need to run. You need to establish a run game.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here we go. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. This is hauled in by T.
Got it.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Oh, I got this.
It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he drives this forward to the 6.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about will power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run. Great try with that first down.
And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. Burrow out of the shotgun.
Sacked.
They're able to drop it.
Damn it.
Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. Going the wrong way. It's second and goal now, back at the 12. Another try following the sack.
Oh, those fuckers, they intercepted it. Ah! That's why throwing it's a bad idea.
Get the football on the first
Bad idea. You throw it, it gets intercepted just as easily.
Right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders are willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. It's the connection to James Conner. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down, ready to turn it into a negative play.
He'll dump this one off to his running back complete.
This is the second highest difficulty. All pro, the next one's all Madden.
Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. Fair catch is made, a yard or two short of midfield. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it'll be Bengals football.
Here we go.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
On one, ready?
Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go.
They'll run again with Brown. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Brown on the inside give.
When I play with the Seahawks, I'm way better at running.
Give him 2 yards on the run. That leaves him 1 short, and it brings up 4th down.
I'm fine, ready?
We've finished 1 quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They only need 1 yard. Let's see if they choose to go for it on 4th. Now a give. It's Brown.
Got it. Run up the middle.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
First down, ball at the 36.
Here we go, here we go.
Brown on the carry. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Buda Baker bringing that one to an end. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
On one, ready? Here we go.
On the handoff, this is Brown.
3rd and 3.
Make the tackle at the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Now it's Brown. And that's
Good gain there.
for the new set of downs.
You love a huddle. Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They motion a receiver left. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Yeah, see, like the passing game, it takes a minute. And I just lost a down there, just like even flirting with passing. On this difficulty level, passing is, like, it's really hard to not throw an interception. You really got to know the route. I think I'm going to do this one, though.
Not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just
let's see if I can handle this one.
Critical play for later.
Nope, threw an interception. See? You really got to run well in this game and throw like the passes when.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action now. Murray. This will be cut by Connor. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Into the hands of Michael
Wilson. No.
And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first. 3rd and just 2 to go.
Okay, now you're just trolling.
Here's Murray. Jones reels it in. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Back to the air, Murray. Wilson's got it. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line.
Now they kicked it into high gear here.
Yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal. Trying to run it in, Connor. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal. Connor. And he's in for the
He's got it.
The Cardinals get the game's first points here in the 2nd. It's a James Conner touchdown. Prater adds the PAT. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Prater on to send it away.
Kick.
Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengals and running back Chase Brown getting set to begin another drive here. And Brock, they are not up to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake. Typically, one will follow.
And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. On 2. Now, a great way for the offense to start the drive, Brock. A free 5 yards, and now a much shorter 1st down. A give now to Brown. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
A run with Brown. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. This one goes for 3 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Bengals at a disadvantage on the scoreboard. Markers reset, ball at the 37. One of the tight ends motioning left. Going to the ground again on first. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. Second down now, 7 to go. Now Burrow. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Just excellent effort on that catch and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Herbert straight ahead. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
On the ground, it's Herbert again. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Play action now, Burrow.
What? What the fuck just happened? Anyway, kick the field goal. It's all good. I do not know what just happened. I tried to throw it, but it didn't throw it.
Evan McPherson. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Butker knocks it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
DJ Dallas now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Out come the Cardinals on offense late in the half. And leading just 7-3, might be better to take a knee and take the lead into the locker room. Murray here on first down. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. 1st and 10, Murray. McBride hauls it in. And that's good for a gain of 5. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down. The Cardinals are going to use the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 46. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Escapes the pocket.
Got you.
And not much
timeout, like
quickly.
end of the first half.
So we've reached the halftime break, and it's the Cardinals. The call came in before the teams even hit the locker rooms. We're skipping halftime. We're starting the 3rd quarter right away. Now Prater on to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4 yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And as we can see here, and the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Going with Brown on the ground.
Yeah, with the Seahawks, I do have like, I do have more open field to run. I've noticed that so many times in this game.
Largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door. Bigger gap in the future.
Got it.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Completes this one to Chase.
Good one.
And they can't
That was a lucky
not
catch.
Until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. They'll try it right with Brown.
Bad play.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line.
Shit.
Great effort defensively.
This defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Adrian Taylor Demerson getting there for the tackle.
Here we go.
Third and long. Here's Burrow. And they finally
Almost had it.
That is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Brown.
Shit.
Will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Got it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take the lead right away in half number 2. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals push their lead to 3. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Arizona offense about set to get going here. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Ready to start this drive with Connor.
What? Holy shit. All the way to the end.
Set it down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Connor on the option.
Shit.
Another big rip for him. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Murray. And he's taken out of bounds behind the line. That's going to be a sack. Extra DB out there for the Bengals. 3rd down coming. Kyler looking to throw. He's got him. That's McBride. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bengals returning their offense and this running back to the field. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series.
Here we go.
On the ground, Brown. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down, Burrow to throw.
Oh,
tipped it. Redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow.
Oh, that motherfucker!
Kaiser White has it. And the Cardinals get it as he makes his third interception of this game.
God damn it.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Kyler throwing here. Can't get it to him. Incomplete.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. A give right side to Connor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did. You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Now this is a beauty of a kick. Gets headed out of bounds, no chance at a return or a touchback. They're going to mark it out at the 6. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back.
God damn it, man.
That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. So that brings up second down. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Brought to the ground by Kaiser White. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Burrow from the gun. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And he's in a real tough spot for his first kick. And he gets it away from his end zone. And he'll signal the fair catch. Brings this one in comfortably right at the midfield stripe. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out had the Cardinals now on offense. Now Murray on the play fake.
What?
Harrison.
What a
and he'll get it down to the
piece of shite.
Line. To the line we go. They're set. First and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And it sets up second down. Connor here from the gun. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
What?
Splits a couple of defenders and
Wow,
completes it.
dude.
And this is down all the way to the 3. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Connor
They got it.
scores. Touchdown, Arizona.
Holy shit.
The Cardinals take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. It's a James Conner touchdown. Prater able to tack on the extra point. And the Cardinals break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Prater on to send it away. Fielded at the 7. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Brown.
Oh, shit. 2nd and 1.
Good yardage up to the 45. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little...
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Brown again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
On target to his man Higgins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Brown on the inside give. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go.
They'll run again with Brown.
Shit.
And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Stuck to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life. Here we go.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Caught for the 1st. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Offense? That's bullshit, dude.
Fighting all he could to keep his
3rd and 17.
That earns the holding penalty.
Fucked by something I did not do.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Burrow out of the shotgun. He throws a bullet to the
Got it.
field.
He dropped it?
Too much on
Oh, that
Sends to
sucks.
the end zone, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there.
He had it,
they're
and then
gonna
he
stop with
fucking
4th and
dropped it.
long. Big moment coming up.
It's
for
terrible.
Pearson on this
I probably
attempt.
should have just went for it,
It's from the
but
right hash.
I guess
46
there's
yards.
plenty of time. Got it.
Flying down the
All right, so I have to hope that they don't score here.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
How did that fucker drop that shit? He had it, man.
And he's brought down just inside
All right.
25 on the return. The Cardinals offense making its way out. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. 1st down carry for Connor. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. It's Connor again. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Right back to Connor.
What? That piece of fucking shit. Now they're just running it on me, man. Now I'm just getting ran on.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35.
They've gotten 2 interceptions on me, too.
And he'll get this down to the 23-yard line before they stop him.
Usually I'm just good at, like, pounding in the run. Like, I'll just run, and they... I usually play with Seattle, though.
Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Well, I can't do a flea flicker. I'm on defense right now. What are you talking about?
He'll throw it.
Oh, of course they get it. Of course they get it.
And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona. Running back sent in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. That's complete. Here's Connor. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
On 2nd down, a run with Connor.
What? He just bounced off him. All right, game's over. Game is over.
Now lead by 10. It's a James Conner touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Prater adds the PAT. And the Cardinals drive their lead to 11.
100% over now.
Now
I'll play till the end, though.
Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Cincinnati just about set. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Burrow. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Burrow setting to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he takes this down after crossing the 45. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Here we go.
To throw again, it's Burrow. He puts some power on a deep one left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Burrow back to throw. Got his target at Higgins. And they make the tackle at the 38. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. He's got it near the 10. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Yeah, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Well,
not much time left.
According to plan.
Not much time left. So
to a field goal
don't know if that's going to happen.
Get that ball back, baby. Get it back.
And you know that special teams coach is down there telling his guy, don't come back to these sidelines. Don't come off this field unless you go get me the ball to give this offense yet another opportunity.
We've got 75 seconds left to work with here. They have got to come up with this onside kick.
Nope, they got it.
The Cardinals' hands team secures the football. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Ooh, can't get it back on the onside kick. Can still get a final chance with a quick 3-and-out, though, albeit not with a lot of time for them left to work with.
Yeah, Kate, unless they can force a miracle turnover, and we've seen that before, a 3-and-out is really the only avenue remaining. Go buckle it up.
Cincinnati uses its second timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Connor on the inside give, and he works this to the 38. Now, the final timeout taken by the Bengals. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun handoff to Connor.
What? That's a piece of shit. All right, now it's truly over. It's truly over now, so I'm done. Damn, I started to come back at the end, but yeah, I think if I played another one, I could probably do better. But yeah, I think I'm done streaming tonight. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you all. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.